And then, like, I just grab him. I go to take him to the bathroom. I was like, throw up in the toilet. He's like, no, bro, I can handle it. I was like, shut up. Stop arguing with me. Throw up in the toilet before you fucking die on us. You'll be like, I remember, you know, every year when you're in the fraternity in college, you get rushies, right? And you try to show these kids a long time, but they are like 3 months out of high school. You know what I mean? And some of them, if like, they've never drank really. And so I remember this one kid. This happened several times. These freaking freshmen, they come into college and then they just drink like fish to try to like impress you. And they just drink like absolute morons.
That's how that's how I drank, but I did it before college.
Yeah, but like these kids took it to another level, like especially specifically this one kid. So I remember we were at a party, it was a rush party, and we did this game where you drink from the bottle and you count the bubbles. So you chug, and then everybody would say like 1, 2, 3. They count the bubbles.
Couldn't you just make
as
the bubbles?
Chugging. No. As you're chugging, it's a gulp, 1 bubble.
Yeah.
Gulp, 2 bubbles.
Jesus.
Right? So we'd count the bubbles, right?
Jesus.
Well, this
that's
one
not even like.
It's not even clever.
It's not. Yeah.
No, but it's not even
I mean,
like countable. Like a gulp, you can do a small gulp or a big gulp, and a bubble will come.
Anyway, so one kid, he just decides I'm just gonna chug and chug and chug and chug and chug, right? And everybody is like 1, 2, and then they get to like 13, 14. I was like, stop. Like I told everybody, like, stop counting them. He needs to stop drinking. So then I was like, okay, that's enough. I just grabbed the bottle out of his hand. He's like, what, bro? I could have kept going.
Oh, I
could have kept. I'm like, stop.
Somebody punch him right now so he throws up.
Yeah. So
exactly.
that's exactly
in the stomach right
that's
now.
exactly that's exactly what I did. I didn't punch it, but I was like, okay, yeah, you chugged a lot. You're badass, bro. You're fucking awesome. We think you're the shit. Come with me. And like I just grab him. I go to take him to the bathroom. I was like, throw up in the toilet. He's like, no, bro, I can handle it. I was like, shut up. Stop arguing with me. Throw up in the toilet before you fucking die on us. You know what I mean? Like you just chug like 15 shots of fucking like, you know, whiskey or vodka, whatever the fuck it was.
You should not do. Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, you were already drunk and then you just chugged 15 shots. I was like, throw up right now.
Yeah.
And I fucking like, closed the door and I was like, I'm not gonna watch you because I'm gonna throw up if I watch you. So I just put him in the bathroom. I was like, throw up. No one's looking. No one's gonna think less of you. I closed the door and I was like, you have to fucking do it,
brother. A good fraternity brother.
Well, everybody else is like 15, 16.
No,
I'm
that
like,
kid's gonna go to the hospital.
What the fuck? And I just grabbed the bottle out of his hand. I was like, fuck it. We don't want a goddamn pledge, you know, Rushy dying on us. Is fucking
or just puking everywhere.
Yeah.
Mess.
Fucking that happens so many times. Just freshmen rushies, they try to impress, and then they just end up puking everywhere.
Why is not like the end of rush week? I don't know when you drink. I enjoy a frat, but why is there not like alcohol education?
Oh, dude.
Like,
well,
you want to drink a lot. There's okay.
Well, there's supposed to be no drinking allowed during rush week. So all these parties are like low key, which is part of the problem. It's because like there's no girls during rush week, so it's just dudes, and then like these guys trying to impress.
Trying to impress each other. Yeah.
So
also, all the mature guys are 21. Like they're fucking kids.
The mature guys are 21.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Like I
it's
was
a bunch of children hurting children.
Yeah. But I remember we get on a party bus because during rush week our fraternity got a party bus.
They're just there. And you get on it.
And you get on the party bus.
You
don't ask questions. You just get on the fucking party bus, right? So we're on the party bus. This is when I was rushing. And they're like, okay, we're going to somewhere. And we're like, where? Like, you don't need to know. Just give us your phones. We all put our phones in a plastic bag. And then we just are on this bus going somewhere. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, everyone, reach down underneath the seat. What do you find? And like you reach down, you're like, I found a handle of vodka. It's like, I found a 30 rack. You know what I mean? It's just like
rack,
under all the chairs on this party bus. It's just 30 racks and handles. So we had 2 handles of vodka. And they're like, okay, so you take a swig of the vodka, you pass it on, and there's 2 handles of vodka just going around because it's a giant circle inside the party bus. So these 2 vodkas are going around, and then everybody's got beers. And I remember this one guy, before we even started, he was like, yo, man, like, you have to stop me from drinking because I drink way too much. I was like, dude, that's not my job. You just don't drink too much. And like Like, that's all I told him. I was like, just don't drink that much. I mean, like, have fun, but like, don't drink that much. Jesus. And I'm not gonna like babysit you. I just met you. I don't even know your name. You know what I mean? Anyway, so then fast forward 30 minutes. This dude's beyond wasted, and I have my beer. And I'm, trying to talk to people, like, hey, what up? Where you from? My name's Gavin, blah, blah, blah. And then I look over, I'm like, Jesus Christ, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He drank way too much. And then I was like, hey, dude, are you okay? Like, stop drinking so much. And then he's like, I'm fucking fine. And boom. And he just, like, smacks my beer out of my hand onto like the nice leather couch that's in this party bus. It just gets beer everywhere. And I was like, Jesus, what the fuck? You just made me spill my beer. And then I turn around and all the other dudes that saw it happen, they look at me like I'm the asshole who just spilled beer. And one kid, fucking Parker, fuck Parker. Not Parker the active, but Parker this rushie that never actually got in a fraternity.
Parker the actor's cool.
Parker the active was fucking awesome. But this kid, he rushed and pledged and then got kicked out. But anyway, he looks at me and he's like, you fucking idiot. And he pushes me. I'm like, no, I didn't drop the beer. Like, in his loud music. And I'm trying to like trying to tell him that, no, this drunk asshole hit the beer out of my hand. I'm like, no, he did. And he pushes me. And I was like, no, dude, I didn't drop the beer. He pushes me again. I was like, dude, stop pushing me. He hit the beer. He pushes me again. I was like, that's it. I fucking push him.
That's it.
Yeah. Like, he pushed me 3 times.
Yeah.
And then, like, I was like, okay, like, that's fucking it. So then I snapped out. I'm like, stop fucking pushing me. I fucking pushed him on the ground. And I like, he knocked the beer out of my hand. Stop fucking pushing me.
Yeah.
It's like my first day.
Yeah.
Right. Just like fucking pushed this kid and he fell down on the couch. I was like, he knocked the beer out of my hand. He's the drunk asshole. Stop pushing me.
I'm the drunk asshole who's gonna kick your ass, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, dude, I was just like, oh, keep it cool, Gavin. I almost just like got in a fight with some other rushie.
I was fucking.
Fast forward though, the kid that was a drunken asshole. Yeah, he went to the hospital, and then promptly everybody forgot about him.
Promptly.
So it turns out we drove in the party bus from Irvine to USC to visit the five sides at USC. So it's like it was like an hour and a half drive in the party bus. So we're drinking a lot on this party bus, and then when we get there, it's like we all just shuffle off, and then that kid, all the actives, like, okay, he needs to go to the hospital. So they take him to the hospital.
Jesus.
But in the chaos, they just forget about him in the hospital.
They give him to the hospital. Then.
Yeah, so
you can have him.
We picked him up from Irvine, drove to LA, put him in the hospital, and just left him. And then, like, apparently, like, I heard this story, like, probably a year later, like, from the actives, like, dude, it's 3 a.m. He's like, sometimes when you're in the fraternity, you just got to step up and handle the situation. He's like, perfect example. 6 months ago, during the Rushy event, I get a call at 3:15 in the morning. Miraculously, I answer the phone, and it's a hospital asking me, do you know this kid that's drunk as hell in LA? And he's just like, fuck. So, everybody just forgot about him. So this dude at 3:15 in the morning jumps in his car, drives all the way up to LA, picks this dude up. They ask him for like $1,000-something worth of medical fees, and he's like, I don't have that fucking money. So then like, okay, just get him out of here.
Just get out of here.
So then he just picks him up. He had to get his stomach pumped.
Yeah.
Again, this kid did it completely to himself. He's an idiot. I told him to stop drinking. A bunch of people told him to stop drinking. He just drank way too much all on his own. I guess we're guilty of having alcohol in his presence, right? But yeah, and then eventually, like, we have to negotiate with this kid to not sue our fraternity, apparently. Like, they had to, like, talk to this kid. They had to, like, kick him out of the fraternity, but kick him out of the fraternity in the nicest way possible so he doesn't sue us, right? I mean, I wasn't in the fraternity at the time, so it wasn't my issue, but I found out about it. I was like, oh, so that's what happened to
guy that I pushed over.
Drunken... No, I didn't push him over. I pushed over another guy.
Wait, what? The drunk guy was not who you pushed over?
No, some dude who saw me drop my beer and got mad at me.
Okay,
he got mad at me for spilling my beer everywhere. I was like, no, it wasn't me, it was that guy. So I pushed a different guy. But yeah, I was just like, that's fucking hilarious. So yeah, in the fraternity, there are times you just gotta step it up. Like, you just gotta step up to the plate and deal with the situation. How I did it, I had to deal with it on my pledge initiation party. The pledges, when we finish our pledgeship, you have to throw a big party. to actually become a member. That's one of the many things you have to do. So it's the pledge party, and shit got fucked up. There's a bus that was supposed to pick up the actives from Newport Beach. It's supposed to be 2 buses, but one bus broke down, so only one bus showed up.
One bus broke down?
Yeah,
you hired a bus that
we
broke
hired
down?
a bus company to pick everybody
And
up.
it broke down?
Yeah, I mean, one of the buses broke down. So they had one bus pick up a bunch of people that were supposed to be, it was supposed to be 2 buses. Anyway.
Imagine having like a drunk 20-year-old being like, frankly, sir, I think your service is a bit flawed, and
basically,
you know, this isn't a good service you're providing.
oh,
Man.
also the bus that did show up, it
20-year-old.
showed up an hour late. So that's an hour of more pregame drinking, and everybody pregame drinks like crazy.
What service did you order that one broke down and one showed up an hour late?
Yeah, I mean, I think they possibly only ordered one bus because they just failed, and then that bus broke down, and then they sent another one. I could be wrong about 2 buses. Anyway, so they end up fitting, like, I think the limit on these buses is like 50. They were pushing like 80, 100.
50.
I mean, it was a huge charter bus that they rent. But
You
everybody,
fit 50 people on a bus.
not a party bus, a charter bus.
Oh, like the seats and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like a
But like,
Greyhound. Yeah.
there were so many people that everyone was sitting on each other's laps, apparently. And everybody had been pre-game drinking for 2 hours as opposed to like 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. So everyone was way more drunk than they probably would have been if the bus showed up on time.
You explain this to the bus driver, sir. You were an hour late,
And-
which means
We're gonna double capacity.
You allowed us to drink for another hour,
Which
so
we-
this is actually on you, sir.
We didn't plan on having 2 hours to pregame drink. So anyway, the bus shows up, and then everybody just, stumbles out of the bus and goes in the party. But because we're the pledges and we're running the party, like, I have to talk to the bus driver. And the bus driver, dude, it was so funny. It's like, if someone is so mad that they just like, they're not mad anymore.
Yeah.
They just like lower their shoulders and they're just
I
like,
give a
fuck my
fuck up.
life,
This is
dude.
bullshit.
Yeah, they're just like, they hate their job so much that you've
Yeah.
just never seen someone so depressed. Like, this was that bus driver. Okay. Like,
He's gonna open a vein
dude,
later that night.
this fucking
Fuck this world.
shoot, or he's just gonna shoot the heroin. I don't know. But dude, this bus driver was just like, hey man, like he was like this old black dude. He was like, hey man, like I need to talk to who's in charge here. And I'm just like, and everyone's just like, I'm like, this is my moment, I'm just like,
Up, stepping
what
up.
what can I do for you, sir? He's just like, they destroyed my bus, man. Like he
because he has to deal with it.
yeah.
That's
So
bullshit.
I'm like, what happened to your bus? He's like, come take a look, man. And he's fucking like, he's all hunched over. He's speaking very quietly. He's just depressed. I'm like, shit, this dude's like, he's so
Yeah,
angry. He's
yeah.
like depressed, right?
Yeah.
So then I go into this bus, and it's like we killed his baby. He's like, it killed my bus, man. Like, look, and he's like walking me up and down this bus, and he's like, puke here, puke over there, and he's pointing out all these puke piles, and I'm making mental notes like Panda Express, Chipotle, like, because it's just like it's fucking noodles. It's clearly like corn and burrito, like fucking Chinese food over there. Like, it was just like, it was so obvious, like
the food
is
they ate
so
before, yeah.
clearly like you had this for dinner and then you drank a bunch and threw it all up, right? There's probably 3 or 4 different puke piles.
Jesus,
Blame right
2
there.
hours. Who the?
And then that's not even.
guess so.
And then he's like, "There's puke there. There's puke there. There's puke there." He's like, "There's a broken light there. There's a broken light there. There's 2 broken windows. They just
Windows.
fucking the big
Someone's
ass
so
the
drunk
big
that they
ass
just
window.
punched the
They
window.
broke 2, and he's like, "This seat is just ripped up." Like some fucking drunken asshole. Like, the
Ripped
headrest.
up.
The
Yeah,
headrest
yeah.
at the back. Someone was just like, just like fucking ripped it off, like to 2 chairs. Like there was like they just decided to just fucking rip the chairs open. Like, just why? Because they're
Young
drunk.
drunk.
They're just
Young
drunk,
drunk.
right? So
young
and
Do
so
something crazy.
so and I'm just like, I'm adding up the damages. I'm like, okay, so we've got 3 or 4 piles of puke. We got 2 broken windows, 2 broken lights, and 2 ripped up chairs. Anything else? And he's just like no response. And I was just like, okay, I have to cheer this guy up. I was like, I gotta cheer this guy up. I was like, okay, so sir, it looks like our fraternity and your bus company, we have a relationship, and we want to keep that relationship strong.
Oh, good for you.
So
Good for
whatever
you.
the
Yeah.
damages are, I'm sure we will repay you in full because we like to keep good relations. He's just like, okay, man. And he's just like thinking like, that doesn't help me. I
Yeah,
gotta
I know.
clean up all this
I know,
puke.
yeah.
I gotta talk to my boss and why this fucking bus is destroyed, right? And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, how did that land on my fucking plate? You know what I mean? I was just like, I have
You
to
weren't
deal.
even in the fraternity yet.
No, I was a pledge. And like, I
You
wasn't
were
even.
a pledge and you stepped up.
Yeah, well, because
Oh,
it was
wow.
the
For
pledge
that
party.
one party, they had to throw it.
Yeah, it was the pledge party. But then also, like, I wasn't even on that bus. Like, that was the bus with all the actives. So I'm thinking, like, oh, these are like the seniors and the juniors. Like, they've done this before. Like, they're seasoned veterans. How do they not know maybe I shouldn't punch out 2 windows, rip 2 chairs, break 3 lights, throw up everywhere?
Well, you see, John, he ripped 1 chair, and there's girls there, so I had to up him. I
had to rip it.
gotta
Yeah.
show
Rip it up
him that,
bigger.
hey, I'm more crazy, man.
Honestly, I have no idea what the actives did, but we kept using that bus service for the rest of the whole. Like, it was the same bus service, the same
You
driver
must have
too.
paid in full.
I don't know what we did, but we had to
I mean,
fix
if I
that
owned
problem.
That bus service. Fuck that.